it's Emily. Welcome back on my channel. I hope you're doing well. Today is a ridiculously huge Sephora haul that things basically I ordered online. If you haven't seen, I did a part 1 when I went in store to choose the colors. So there was especially some foundations and other things like this that I wanted to see in person. I've been putting things on my basket online for a long time. There's one foundation in here, but there wasn't in store, so I had to purchase it online. So no further ado, I will show you what I got. One thing that I needed a backup of is this huge bottle of Cinema Secrets. If you haven't tried this yet, you really need to. This is a great spot cleanser for your brushes. It's super easy. I just put a little bit on a makeup wipe or any other wipe, and I just put a little bit, swirl my brush in there, and like 2 seconds later it's dry and it smells like vanilla. A must have, and they're always sold out of this huge bottle, so I purchased it when I saw it online, especially 15% off was worth it, and now I'm set for a long time. One foundation I needed to get online because they didn't have it in stores, so color wise I wasn't sure, but not long ago a makeup artist was we were just talking about makeup, basically. That's what we do, right? And she was recommending to me this Giorgio Armani. This is the Luminous Silk Foundation, and ever since I touched it, I knew I just needed it in my life. So I got the color number 2 because number 4 was the next shade up, and it looked very dark from the swatches that I've seen. And this is what number 2 looks like. As you can see, it's a little bit on the light side, but if I really like it, I can still go exchange it or just get a darker shade, but it doesn't look that far off, so I will be testing it out. Do you want to see first impression on it, actually? Because I'm really excited to test this on my face. I really cannot talk today. I just apologize in advance. It's gonna be a mess, but this is the foundation. Actually, I might as well swatch in my hand, which doesn't count, right? First impression, I'll pretend I never touched it. Just kidding. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's not that light. It's a little bit on the warm side. Here you go, you can see it. So it doesn't seem to be that bad of a match right now. Like, it's a bit light, but not too bad. Probably during the summer, I'm going to be forced to get into the shade if I really like it, but I'll be testing it out right now and let you know. It does have some fragrance to it, but it's not horrible. Like, I'm pretty sensitive to scents, and I don't think this would bother me. Let me know if you've tried it and what you think of it. I feel like there's a lot of people that have been raving about some of the Armani shades lately, but it's going to be my first time trying it on my face, so excited. I'm sure you've been wondering, what is on your lips? Because I need it in my life, and I agree, you do. It is the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in the color Bow and Arrow, which I currently already had this. I just wanted to mention that I bought some of the other colors because I will be able to do a part 2 of the lip swatch video that I did. If you haven't seen it, I recommend that you do, because there's a lot of lip swatches, and when you swatch things on your lips for hours, you start being a little bit ridiculous, and it just ended up being very messy but really funny. But this is one of the colors that I already had, but this is just gorgeous. One of my favorite formula of liquid lipstick, which is saying a lot because I've tried so many, but I feel like these are really comfortable on lips. They last really, really well. They're opaque. I think there's like one shade that I can think off the top of my head that isn't fully opaque, and it's Vampira, which was one of my favorite first shade actually that I ever gotten, but all the other ones are pretty much one swipe you get the full pigmentation, which is fantastic. So I basically got a few random shades so I could do part 2. I think I have all the shades now, unless there was something that was out of stock, which they're always out of stock, by the way, simply because they're so great. So if you were interested in the Kat Von D liquid lipstick, I'm telling you, go and buy it. Buy them all. You're not going to regret it. So I got a few shades like this, like I said, so you will be able to see a part 2 video whenever I collect them all. Hopefully she doesn't come out with more shades. Actually, I take that back. I wish she would, because they're fantastic. I actually decided to do the same thing with the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick, but I only got 2 shades because all the other ones were sold out, which they're coming out with more shades. Very excited about this. Once they're in stock on Sephora, I will be buying them and again do a lip swatch video. I got the color Ethers and Potion, which were 2 dark vampy shades that I didn't have. So this is Ethers and this is Potion. So as you can see, 2 gorgeous dark vampy shades. The formula of these is more inconsistent. I feel like a lot of the lightest shades were not fantastic. You do have to work with them a little bit more, or they tend to crumble or just have the white line. But there's a few shades, like on top of my head, I know that like Party Pink, there's the American Doll, There's a few darker shades that are like in the middle that are absolutely gorgeous. Totally recommend them. So the formula isn't bad, it's just inconsistent. I have been obsessed with brows, which is funny because I feel like I've been struggling more and more with my brows. Not sure what's going on, but right now I think they look pretty good. And I use this new product. This is the Hourglass Brow Sculpting Pencil. I got the color Ash because I said that funny, Ash. Ash. Because I feel like no matter what, my brows are always warmer than I would like them. I really like really cool tone brows, which I feel like right now they look perfectly cool, which I like. My hair is like kind of cool, but then when you look at it in the sun, which there's no sun right now, you're not going to be able to tell, but it's a little bit more warm. But I still prefer my brows to be really, really cool. And even the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz that I usually use in medium brown is still too warm for my taste. And oh my god, I've used this morning and the color is exactly what I've been looking for. It's super, super cool tone. The only thing is if I compare it to the Anastasia one, I feel like sometimes, wow, I was about to say that the formula seemed a little bit creamier, which isn't a good thing. But now that I'm swatching it on my hand, I'm like struggling to make it show. So maybe it's just me this morning that was struggling because the shape is also very different than what I'm used to. So as you can see, the shape is very interesting. So far, I wouldn't be able to tell you if this is helping me or making it worse because first time obviously was a little bit of a struggle, but like I said, the color is gorgeous. As you can see, my brows are actually like, it took me longer than usual, not gonna lie, but I'm really happy with the result. Like I feel like my brows are looking very, very fierce today. I wanted to find the Anastasia one so I could compare. I'm almost out of it. But I wanted to show you. It's not even warm, but I feel like once it's on my face, it looks too warm for my taste. I feel like it's very difficult with my brows, but you can still see that it is warmer. So this one is the Anastasia, the other one is the Hourglass. As you can see, it is warmer. I wouldn't call the color warm whatsoever, but like I said, I've been really looking to get something that is really, really cool tone, but isn't too dark because I feel like other colors that are made for like black hair would not be suited for me. They would just be too dark. And I do like a bold brow, but I feel like they're already bold on their own. And if they're like too dark, it's gonna be too much, blah, blah, blah. You get what I mean. So happy with that purchase so far. The color is perfect. I just need to get used to using this thing. And there's a good spoolie in the back, by the way. The only thing is this thing is pricey. Like I believe it was like $50 Canadian, which it took me like everything to purchase it because I was like, yeah, I don't want to spend so much money on a brow product, but you do get a decent amount of product as you can see, which is pretty much the average, but because it is longer, I feel like you get a little bit more than the other brands. I would have to compare the sizes, but so far the color is absolutely perfect, exactly what I wanted, so really happy so far. I'll let you know if I think it's worth the money, but first impression, I think it is. If you know a color, actually, if you know any other brand that has a really great tone brow product, let me know because I would rather not have to spend $50, but if it's what it takes to get the perfect brows, I will. Speaking of perfect brow, I decided to try the new Anastasia Brow Definer in medium brown, which basically should be the same color as the Brow Wiz, but it is the same idea of the as the Hourglass one in the shape, which they look like dupes basically for the packaging and shape. So like the little tip, I hope you can see, it's kind of a little triangle, which is what I've been struggling with this morning. This one I haven't tried yet, but let me swatch it. This one also seems to have a really dry formula, which I really enjoy for brow product. There's nothing worse, there's something that is too pigmented for your brows because that's the like best way to look like you're having like Sharpie brows, which can be nice for some looks, but not necessarily on a daily basis. That's just not what I'm into. This one seems to be pretty cool. It's the one underneath the two colors. So as you can see, it almost looked a little bit more red, but it still seemed pretty cool. I will have to test it on my brows, obviously, because on a swatch, you don't really know what it's gonna do. My brow hairs are pretty cool. That's why I've been struggling, but I don't know. I really like the way they turned out this morning, so. I should actually do a video comparing all the like Brow Wiz brow product in like a pencil form, like do them on my brows and then show you pictures and then show you reviews, tell you my thoughts on every single one of them. I will be working on that for sure, but so far you already know probably that I love the NYX Micro Brow one, I love the Anastasia one, but Hourglass is pretty good right now. I gotta admit, the Hourglass one has impressed me. Next thing, I repurchased a few skincare products, which I know on YouTube, I feel like nobody's interested in skincare, but I feel like skincare is like the most important part of makeup because with good skin, it's so much easier to have good makeup. You don't have to work as hard, basically. Don't get me wrong, it took me a while to get the right products for my skin, but when you find them, it's like magical. There's two things that I've repurchased that I needed a backup of. First one is the First Aid Beauty. This is the Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer. They have a bunch of different ones. The face moisturizer is very, very lightweight. Actually, let me use it. I wish I had like the one I'm currently using so I could just not use this, but whatever, what I wouldn't do for you guys. So as you can see, the consistency of this is like so lightweight. Let me put it a little bit in my hand. As you can see, like super lightweight. It basically feels like you're putting water on your face. It's just so refreshing. It looks lovely on the skin. It absorbs extremely quickly. It doesn't leave a tacky feeling, which I hate. Or you know, some moisturizer have a lot of like silicones, and then you touch your face and it just rolls off your face and it's just like, this is not working. But this works for absolutely any skin type. If you have oily skin, normal skin, dry skin, combination skin, I would recommend this moisturizer just because it absorbs super quickly. I have normal to dry skin, but I still use this all year round. I will probably put a little bit more, a little bit heavier when I need it during the winter when it gets really dry. But I wanted a backup because I'm almost out, but you can't tell whenever you're out, but the weight is completely different. So I'm pretty sure I did a great thing in buying a backup, but during the summer, this is just perfect. You don't feel like your moisturizer making your makeup just melt off your face. So this is fantastic. I needed a backup. The other thing that I got a backup of is the Origin Scription eye cream, which is, by the way, my first time repurchasing an eye cream, which never happens because I can never find one that works for me. I feel like, again, they either roll off my face, they don't do anything. Like recently I had tried one from Dior and it rolled off my face, which if you're gonna spend so much money on night cream, you expect it to work under makeup and even like be moisturizing enough for the days that you need to apply it at night. This I use morning, night, no problem. It doesn't make my makeup, doesn't affect my makeup basically. This is just fantastic. This is just the love of my life. I used one pot of this, lasted me 2 years, which I know in the packaging it says to use it for 6 months, but struggles. It didn't change consistency and nor the scent. It doesn't really have a scent to it. So this is what it looks like. It is pretty thick, but it absorbed really well into my skin. If I apply it in the morning before my makeup, I just go brush my teeth or just go have breakfast before applying my makeup, and it just is absorbed. It doesn't affect anything. So if you were still looking for a great eye cream, this is actually an anti-aging eye cream, which I don't have wrinkle. I do have a little bit of fine lines in the, under my eyes, like everybody has from like the muscles and stuff, but I don't know if this has been preventing any fine lines, but so far so good. First time I repurchased and mentioned that you should buy an eye cream, so take it for what it's worth. In between more skincare product, I wanted to mention some more makeup because I know not everyone is interested in skincare. One eyeliner I wanted to try was the Ardency N1. If you've seen part 1 of this video, you know that I raved about their eyeshadows, which I totally recommend, by the way. But I was on their little section on the Sephora website and I saw a lot of great reviews about their eyeliners. So always looking for the perfect eyeliner, which I should also do a review, like group review video. It's coming, it's coming. And I wanted to test it out for myself because more eyeliner the better. I feel like I'm still looking for the perfect eyeliner. This one seems to have like a felt tip. Reminds me a little bit of the way the Distilla one looks like. Yeah, it is pretty black too. Actually, first impression kind of reminds me a lot of the Stila one. I feel like it doesn't seem that it's going to dry matte though, which is always my complaint. I feel like no eyeliner dry matte except the Kat Von D one or the like NYC one, which is the cheapest one ever. But currently I'm testing the Clinique one and adore. It's super easy to apply, but I will be testing that one out. It's actually called the Punker, which there's a little bit punk sign fingers. Here we go. So this is what the swatch looks like. So you can see it is a pretty dark black, which is always a must, and it is a little bit shiny, unfortunately, but they all do that. Like, if any companies is watching this, please make your eyeliners matte. Like, who else wants, like, let's vote in the comment section. Who wants matte eyeliner? Like, super dark black matte eyeliner. I feel like they're hard to come by, except like the NYC one. I can't even think of one. I've been really liking like stick highlighters. I don't know why. You would think that like the creaminess over like foundation wouldn't be a good mix, but I've had no problem. I've been adoring, where is it? I've been obsessed with this one from LA Girl, which, hey, it's super affordable, why not? And it works beautifully. You can see the shine there. It's amazing. This one is the color Luminous. So I saw that Cover FX was coming out with some, which, by the way, can we acknowledge how small they are? Let me open this. I was in shock. Like, when you see them online, you do realize that they say that there's a little bit smaller amount than other ones, and they're much, much cheaper, but like, come on. How small can this be? Obviously, these are the type of product that will last you a long time, but this is so tiny. Let me show you another thing, like, just to show you the size. Yeah, it's small, but like I said, I know that this is still gonna last me forever, so not really bothered. This one is the color Bubbly. It's a little bit more peachy than the other one. The other one is the color Celestial. This one was the LA Girl one, this one is Celestial, and this one is Bubbly. As you can see, Bubbly is gonna probably work more during the summer whenever I'm tan. The other one is a little bit more like a pink champagne, and this one obviously has a little bit more peachy glow to it. I'll be testing them out, but to be honest, I'm a little like, about the size of them. They're so tiny, but they might be practical to travel, and we'll see how they perform. You will probably see it either in a favorites video or a product I regret buying or disappointing product. They're tiny, they're pretty affordable, so can't really complain, but just was a little bit of a shock when I saw them. They do seem to swatch pretty nicely though, but we'll see if they're like sticky, if they like stay all day. That will have to be tested because that's them blended, which we'll see. By the way, it's my birthday. I got my birthday gift from Sephora. This is the Beauty Insider one. They didn't have any for the VIB Rouge this year, which kind of sad. Which, by the way, I passed the amount to get VIB Rouge for next year. Not proud of that one. And they didn't give me my gift, so I'll have to go back. Oh, yes. I didn't know which color. I did a lip swatch video, by the way, on the Marc Jacobs lipsticks, which are amazing, by the way. And Kiss Kiss Bang Bang was my favorite, so totally recommend getting your birthday gift this year. Totally worth it. Apparently, I forgot it at home, but it's like a gorgeous mid-tone, like rosy, mauve, brownish color that suit a lot of different skin tones. At least it's great. It's the color they chose to be in there. The eyeliner is super creamy. It is pretty dark too. Eyeliner gel crayon. I'm assuming it's just the black, which as you can see, it's the one here. It is actually a fairly dark color. We'll have to use it on my waterline to see if it resists the watery eyes test. I feel like I haven't tried that many things from Marc Jacobs except for the lipsticks, so let me know your favorite products from them. I know a lot of people are raving currently with the primer and foundation. Should I get this? Does it work for dry skin? Let me know because I have no clue. 2 blushes because I love blushes, which FYI, there's the tag video that I've been requested to do like 6 months ago. I know, pretty late, but it's coming this week, the blush tag. So a little bit obsessed with blushes, which I know everyone thinks I'm obsessed with lipsticks, which obviously am, but my first and like deepest love is for blushes. They're just, yeah, that's where my obsession started because I wasn't big on lipstick or even eyeshadow, and I feel like blushes was the easiest thing to collect and hoard. But they don't go bad easily, which is great. And I can't open this packaging. Tarte is one of my favorite brands of blushes. Again, you will see that in that video, but they did change the packaging a little bit, which I don't mind, to be honest. This one is the color Captivating, which I can't believe I didn't have that in my life. I feel like right now this would look actually very, very cute for spring, summer. Those little peachy blush are just stunning. It seems to be a little bit more light and a little bit more pink tone than Blissful, which I actually really adore too. They look so pretty. I never want to swatch them. The design on the blush will not budge. Like, you have to use it for months for the color to be, ooh. Oh, they're so pigmented, it's just ridiculous. And I love all their matte colors. I'm not crazy about their shimmery colors. I don't know. I feel like the color of the glitters and the color of the blush don't always go together. Like, on top of my head, I can think of Buff, which is kind of a warmer nude blush, but the shimmers are silver. I don't know, just not a fan of that mix. But this one is the color Captivating, and as you can see, it's kind of a warm peachy color, which is going to be absolutely stunning. I feel like even with the color of my shirt and everything, that would be amazing. So really happy to have this in my collection. I kind of want to hoard all of their colors and I could just use the excuse that I want to do a cheek swatch video on them. Would that not be cool? But yeah, for sure I almost have all of the matte ones just because I think they're the prettiest one. If you have cheeks that just are very, very oily, you feel like the blushes always disappear on you, these are the blush you need in your life. Or if they usually accentuate any dryness, these are just the perfect blushes. They're always the colors I mention whenever someone is mentioning that, like they're trying to find a blush but nothing works on them. These blushes are just everything. I could sleep with my makeup, which shouldn't do, but if I do, I wake up and my cheeks are just looking perfect. So yes. Next blush is from Becca. I feel like everyone has been raving about the blushes and I'm like, more blushes to try. Why not? So I decided to get this color, which is Wild Honey. You can kind of sense a theme here. I love those type of like burnt bronzer, orangey blushes. Not too dark, obviously, but this is just, these are so silky smooth. It's just ridiculous. As you can see, this one is going to be a little bit more warm. Like it almost looked like a bronzer that you would not want, but as a blush, which is perfect. Did that make sense? Almost has a healthy sheen to it, but it is matte. But it's just a gorgeous, very easy to just pack on the cheeks. It is pretty pigmented, so be careful with it. But again, another color that would actually work really well with what I'm wearing. It's just stunning. I will be wearing this for sure during the summer. I'll let you know what I think about the formula because I have another one, and to be perfectly honest, I haven't been reaching for it because it was a color that was more for the summer, but I couldn't resist last Sephora sale. You know what it is, but really happy to have this one. For sure, I will be wearing this a lot. Oh, by the way, I received in the mail the Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara. I will be testing it out. I feel like I've heard pretty reviews about it, so I'll let you know if I think it's worth the money. I'm usually not a big fan of waterproof mascara, but I did like the look of the Better Than Sex, but unfortunately on me it was just flaking like crazy, so I'm hoping this one will be working better for me. I always like to support Canadian brands, and I've seen this brand. I've actually tested out some of their products in like monthly subscription boxes, and it is the I'm not sure how they pronounce it, Camon's. I'm not sure, but I didn't realize that I was going to pick up my Shiseido sunscreen when I went in store. So online, I purchased this one because I really want to test it out, and actually this is huge. It's gonna last me a long time, which is great. This is just a SPF 30. What's fun about this brand is that they have maple syrup in their ingredients, which I feel like we've had the discussion before. I'm obsessed with maple syrup. I'm Canadian, I guess it comes with it. If you have never tasted maple syrup, not corn syrup, maple syrup, you don't know what you're missing out, but I just thought it was really funny. It's a Canadian brand. I know it's available on the Sephora website for Canada. I'm not sure yet if it's available in the US, but once you see it there, recommend trying them. I tried their lip balm, which I did like. Oh, it's actually kind of like pink. That's actually fun. I don't know if you can see. Oh, there's a little bit of pink in there. Anyway, it doesn't really smell like anything, which is good. I don't know if you're really going to be able to tell, but there's a little bit of a white cast on it. But I will be testing this out because during the summer, I really like to be outside biking, hiking. So far it feels nice. It doesn't seem to be sticky, and it just absorbed really well into my skin. Doesn't have a scent. It's like pink color. Why not? So for sure I need to try more of the products. I was like not sure what to get, so I just decided why not the sunscreen. I feel like it's a nice start, but I will probably be trying out more products. By the way, I've been requested so many times to do a skincare routine, which I will link down below. I already did it, but I do use other products, but those were like holy grail products that I knew would work for more people. I could start doing on like my Instagram, which is just BeautywithEmilyFox, by the way. So I could just do pictures of what I use like that morning or that night. So whenever I try a few different products, you can just ask me the question in the comments and I'll reply and let you know what I feel about them and try to include them more and more in my monthly favorites or disappointing products. I also decided to try, this is the Skin Ice Flame. This is the glacial, how do you say that? Glacial face wash, which with white willow bark. I feel like I've been fighting with packaging the whole video, which you won't have seen, but trust me, it's not been easy. I've decided to try this one because they said it was good for stressed skin, which my skin is pretty sensitive, changes of weather and stuff. So I decided why not? I was in need of a new cleanser, so I kind of like the packaging. I feel like it's going to be really easy to use in shower and everything. I feel like I have so many like glass containers, which not in shower. Last but not least, except a few 100-point purse, which are mostly makeup remover. Not very interesting, but whatever. I wanted to show you that I got the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye. This one is the color Plum, which after purchasing it, I feel like I've seen a few reviews, which I swear I've been really fighting packaging the whole video. I feel like I've seen reviews that weren't really positive, so I'm a little on the fence. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna have to try this really quickly if I want to return it just in case, but this is what the packaging looks like. Actually feels pretty cheap if I compare it to the other one. I feel like it's very plasticky, which for the price, I don't know about you, but I kind of expect something it's gonna be quality. So first off, packaging, it looks pretty, but it just feels very cheap. And you do get the mirror, and then you get the colors. The colors are gorgeous. And I hate it. The packaging, you can't open it fully. Am I the only one? It just, I don't know, not impressed so far. Let's get to swatching. Okay, they feel really nice. Not this one. I feel like the Plum one is not as soft as the other ones, but it seems to be just as pigmented, so let's see. The swatches are gorgeous, but I do feel like the second one from your left, I believe, the darkest one basically, is not as moisturizing, if you will, not as creamy as the other ones. So I don't know if it's gonna translate to my eyes. I obviously am going to try those, but so far I like them. They look pretty good. The colors are great, so we'll see how it goes. I just am not a fan of the packaging whatsoever. I feel like they were pretty expensive, especially Canadian dollars right now. It's so low compared to the US that everything is so pricey. So again, I will be testing it out, but first impression, the packaging kind of sucks. So that's it guys, that was a pretty long video. I hope you're not bored. Let me know in the comments what you're planning on getting during the Sephora sale, because it's not done yet, so it's still time. Let me know if there's anything you really feel like I need to get and try and do first impression on, or just review on, because I'm here for that. I would love to be helpful as much as possible. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.